So imagine in 1 month, I get paid $15,000. As a 9 to 5 employee, I don't think many people are getting paid $15,000. So I am the accountant. I am the salesperson. I am the legal team. I am the administration. I'm everything in this business. So the $1 million question that I am constantly asked is, are you going to go back to your 9 to 5? And the answer is, hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Reni. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I really do appreciate you for taking your time out of your busy day to watch this video. So if you're new here, as I said, my name is Reni. I make content about financial literacy, career development, and lifestyle. I know everybody who's not new, all my OGs. I know I've been away for quite a bit of time, but I am back and I am better and I'm ready to start creating content on a regular basis again. So I haven't decided the title of today's video, but essentially I'm going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to entrepreneurship. So for those that don't know me, I quit my full-time job at the bank, and I was working at the bank for a few years, and I quit my full-time job there to pursue entrepreneurship. I quit that job October 1st, 2021. That was my last day. So it's been about a year and a month so far, and things are going well, but I don't want to over glamorize this life and make everyone feel like they should quit their 9 to 5. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the real. I'm going to tell you what the good things are about being an entrepreneur and some of the not so good things. I want to preface this video by saying that I am not complaining whatsoever. I am not complaining at all. I love this life. This is the life I chose and I'm super grateful, but I do want to be very real, honest, and not just encourage people to quit their job just because vibes. If you want to watch the video of me quitting my job, you can watch it up here. Or if you want to watch the video of things you should do before you quit your job financially, you can watch that up here. So I think we should get into this video and start talking about the pros and the cons of entrepreneurship. Okay, we're going to start with the good, and then after I've mentioned all the good, we're going to get into the not so good. The first good thing that I would say is that you have flexibility and freedom to choose what you want to work on and take on the clients that you want. So this is one of the biggest perks of entrepreneurship. I get to choose exactly who I want to work with and who I don't want to work with. When I quit my job, when I was working at the bank, I was working with a lot of clients, and some of them I really enjoyed working with them, while some of them were extremely frustrating to work with. And although I treated them all equally and I did a great job for all of them, if I could have chosen not to work with the really difficult ones, that would have been great. But you don't really have that luxury when you're working a 9 to 5 because you're getting paid by someone else who's telling you, work with these people. It doesn't matter if you don't like them, work with them. So I would say one of the biggest perks of now being able to work for myself is that I have literally been able to, I turn down more brand deals than I accept because I'm like, that's not aligned with my brand. I don't like the way you spoke to me. So let me know if you face that in your 9 to 5 where you're struggling to work with people. Some people just even your coworkers sometimes, when you're a young millennial or a Gen Z in the workplace, and then there's someone who's your mom or dad's age who's trying to fight with you at the workplace. I don't miss that. I just want to say I do not miss that at all. So the second perk of entrepreneurship is fulfillment in the work that I do. I am able to do work that truly makes my heart happy. Anyone who knows me knows that I love to help people. Helping people is why I created this channel. Before I was ever getting paid by it, I was still helping people. So helping people and allowing more people to get to the bag it makes my heart happy. So when I was working my 9 to 5, I was working in a similar space to what I am now, except I was working with ultra high net worth clients. So people who have $1 million in investable assets or more. So I was creating marketing material that will talk about TFSAs, tax-free savings accounts, RRSPs, our registered retirement savings plans. And basically I would share this information with them so that they can learn how to have tax breaks or things like that. And while that's great and all, that was helping the rich get richer. But I feel like in this work, I'm doing something very similar, but now I can help the average person get more wealth and acquire more wealth and build generational wealth. So this work is a lot more fulfilling for me than working on helping a rich person get even richer than they already are. Again, no shade to the rich people, I love it for you. I really do. I'm trying to get there. but this is a lot more fulfilling. So another pro of entrepreneurship is that the money, the moolah, the whatever, all the ways you can say money, the money is unlimited. So I feel like in a 9-to-5, your earning potential, not that you can't make a lot of money in 9-to-5s, because I know people who make $250K a year working their 9-to-5. I'm not saying you can't make a lot of money in your 9-to-5, but what I'm saying is the money that you can make in entrepreneurship, it's uncapped. It's uncapped. Like, I don't know if that's a word, uncapped. It's limitless. I was making about $70-something thousand in my last role, and it's only as of October 2022, I've made $100,000 this year. So you can see that, like, I've already made a lot more, and I can also expense a lot of stuff because I am a lifestyle content creator, and a lot of the things I do can be expensed. So that lowers my taxable income as well. So basically what I'm saying to you is the earning potential is limitless, because here you are putting a dollar amount to your time. So I can say that, okay, you want me to speak for 30 minutes at your conference? That's $1,500. And a lot of people will willingly pay for that. The money that you can make as an entrepreneur is nuts. Like, I received a campaign this year and I got paid like $15K for 3 videos. Like, I think that's 3 TikToks even. They weren't even what are they called? They weren't even YouTube videos. They were just TikTok. So imagine in 1 month, I get paid $15,000. As a 9-to-5 employee, I don't think many people are getting paid $15,000. So I'm just saying, the money is sweet on this side, I will say. So the next pro of entrepreneurship is the skill development. The skills that I am learning as an entrepreneur, unmatched. I have learned so much in this role, I guess. I wear many hats now. Like, I could say I wear many hats before, but I truly wear many hats in this role. I have learned so much from being an entrepreneur. I have learned, and I'll get into that. It's a pro and a con, but one thing that happened to me when I was working in my 9-to-5 is every single year I was changing my job, either getting promoted or moving to a different department. And the reason for that is because I'm a person that gets bored easily. Like, I get bored super, super, super easily. So the fact that I'm always learning in this role, whether I like it or not, is something that really appeals to me. It keeps my mind active. Again, I would get into a role, after 3 months or 4 months, I would master the role, and then I'm like, okay, is this it? Like, I have to stay here for another 6 months to make it look good before I look for another role. Like, I would get bored very easily. I don't find that here so far. It's been a year and I have not gotten bored. So God willing, I do not get bored anytime soon. The last pro that I'm going to mention, there are a lot more. So if you want to see more videos about this, let me know. But the last pro that I'm going to mention of entrepreneurship is the ability to work from anywhere in the world on my own schedule. Here I've been to 7 countries. So I went to the UAE, I went to Mexico, I went to Rwanda, I went to the United States, I went to Mali, I went to Turkey. There's one more, and Nigeria. I went to Nigeria. So those are the countries that I went to this year. And I was working out of every single country. Aside from the fact that I wouldn't have had enough vacation time in my 9-to-5 to do all of that. Like, I don't think that's possible. They also, I don't know, maybe it's just my old company, but they didn't want us to work outside of Canada because of like some regulatory concerns. Now I can literally go anywhere in the world and work. So now that I've mentioned some of the great perks of entrepreneurship, let's mention a little bit of the not so great things. So the first one that I wrote down was that there is unstable income. There are months that you are making a lot of money and there are months that you're making not so much money. So when you work a 9-to-5, there is consistent income. You know that every month you're getting paid your $3,500 and that's coming into your account every single month without fail, right? It's sweet. It's nice. Like, no complaints. And even if you don't work, like, if you take vacation days, you're still getting paid, which is amazing. For entrepreneurship, some months I can make $20,000. Some months I can make $3,000. So the income is not consistent. And if you're trying to budget or if you're trying to plan for something, it's harder to plan when you don't know exactly how much money will be coming into your account. Again, it's not a bad thing. If you're someone who's like me, who likes a little bit of risk in their life, it's not a bad thing. You know that if I put in a little bit more effort, if I pitch myself a little bit more, if I do a 1-2 speaking gig, I can make as much money as I want. If you have that confidence in yourself, then living this life is no big deal. But again, if you are, for example, trying to pay your mortgage and you need consistent income for your mortgage, gosh, you should just be well aware that the income is very inconsistent in this line of work. So I will say there are ways that you can combat this. For example, building a long-term partnership with somebody where you have a recurring invoice that's going to them. The second negative that comes along with entrepreneurship is having to do things that you are not interested in. So as I said earlier, there's a lot of skill development that has happened as a entrepreneur. I have learned a lot, but some of these things I didn't really care to learn. Like, for example, you have to do a lot of things out of your skill set. I am the accountant. I am the salesperson. I am the legal team. I am the administration. I'm everything in this business. And before, when I was working in marketing, I was just the marketing person. So there are a lot of other skills that come along. And this is, of course, when you are a solopreneur. If you have a whole team behind you, then you don't have to do these tasks that you don't want to. But for most of us who are starting, we are solopreneurs. So in that case, you need to be able to be adaptable and flexible and know how to do accounting, know your taxes, know this, know that. So I think that's why a lot of entrepreneurs actually fail, because they don't have the business background to be able to do all of these things. They're good at the arts. They're good at, say, writing poetry, or hairdressers. Hairdressers are a clear example of this. Hairdressers know how to do the hair, okay? They know how to do the hair. It looks all good and nice, but their customer service skills, lacking. Horrible. Trash. Their accounting, I'm sure the IRS or CRA is coming for a lot of their asses. So that's a clear example of a business that probably won't be able to scale simply because they don't have the business sense in order to do that. So as an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to learn how to do a lot of things that you probably do not want to do. And that's unfortunate, but it is very true. The next negative thing that comes along with entrepreneurship is the long hours. What I wrote in my note was, I thought I worked long before, LOL. And if you follow me, you know that before, when I was working in the bank, I was working really long hours. And I was always complaining like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm working so much. But here in this role, I work so much longer. I can work 24/7. Like, I'm not kidding. I could literally work from the time I wake up to the time I sleep, and the work would be never ending. So this is something to consider. I never expected it. I never expected it. And another thing that can go along with this is that my brain is never off. I will just be like sleeping, or I'll just be like talking to my friends, or I'll just be like on vacation. I'll be like, oh, that could be an idea. That could be a video. Oh my gosh. So ideally, cherish your 9 to 5, because signing on at 9 a.m., logging off at 5 p.m. is a true blessing. Okay, the next con of entrepreneurship, this one will be the bane of my existence. Unpaid invoices. Whew. For those that don't know, when you are an entrepreneur, you typically have different individual clients that you are working with, and you will send them an invoice that says, hey, we just worked on XYZ, you owe me $1,000. It is due in 30 days or 15 days or upon receipt. And that person typically should pay you by that due date because that's what you have agreed on. Well, in some cases, these companies or clients do not care. Sometimes you will send an invoice and it's due in 30 days. And they will pay you in 45 days or 60 days. And there's really nothing you can do about it, because you could take them to court, right? You could take them to court and sue them for this, but how much money are you really going to be spending to take them to court, you know? So that's one thing you have to be aware of as an entrepreneur. And you really need to have an emergency fund so that even if XYZ client does not pay you, you still have money that you can tap into. You should never be 100% reliant on one client, because that is how you get yourself into trouble. So the last con of entrepreneurship is that you can get a little bit lonely. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm the type of person who likes to be alone. I love being alone, actually. I've traveled by myself for like a month straight. I was good. I love being alone. I actively choose traveling solo over traveling with people. So don't get me wrong. I love being alone. But not having people who are in the same industry as you or that understand what you're doing can be a little bit lonely. Like entrepreneurship can be lonely, Sha. Like, like again, I am a content creator. I don't have many content creator friends or family. I am a solopreneur. So I have my virtual assistant, but again, she's virtual. So I don't see her on a regular basis. So there's no one really for me to like talk and speak with on a regular basis that I can interact with. And it can be like a little isolating. So the $1 million question that I am constantly asked is, are you going to go back to your 9 to 5? And the answer is never say never. I am a big proponent of the 9 to 5. I think there is great value in having a 9 to 5 for all the reasons I mentioned and all those cons of, of entrepreneurship. Those are all pluses to go back towards 9 to 5. So I will say that if I receive an amazing offer with great money, first of all, it has to be very good money that is flexible, remote work, that is aligned with my vision. And lastly, that they're they will allow me to keep my YouTube channel, then yeah, I have no problem going back to a 9 to 5. Like again, I am team 9 to 5 if that works for you. And if it works for me, I will go back there as well. Oh, another thing I mentioned is that I don't have benefits right now. I am paying for my therapy, for my dentist, for my everything out of pocket. So that would be one of the, like if I ever want to have a child, then I think I will probably get a 9 to 5 just for that maternity leave. If at one point in my life I'm craving more stability, I think the 9 to 5 life will definitely see me. So if you see my LinkedIn and you see that, oh, Reni got a job, don't be surprised, okay? Do not be surprised. But again, it would have to be a really amazing job to make me leave this lifestyle and go back. That was a pretty long video, and I hope it was honest, reflective, and gave you some insight into whether or not a 9 to 5 or entrepreneurship is for you. Again, I want to emphasize there's nothing wrong with either. You just need to weigh the pros and the cons and see what works for you in your current season of life. So I hope you like this video. On my channel, again, I make content about financial literacy, career development, and lifestyle. So if any of those topics interest you, feel free to hit that like button on this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and leave a comment letting me know what you want to see next because I have a lot of insight to share. So yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.